What's going on, everybody? Sam Brown here at elitefts with my new best friends, Paige, Abby. Going to be going through a lower body training session today, focusing on strength. If you want to follow along at home, we're going to be breaking down each individual exercise we're doing, why we're doing it, sets and reps, all the nitty-gritty stuff, so you can get the most out of a lower body training session and get as jacked as these two girls here. So join us, follow along, and let's jump right into it. So warm-ups, what we're going to do, we're going to do 3 different movements. First one is going to be a walking lunge. We're going to be using that kind of as like a diagnostic tool. When we're going to be doing lower body stuff, we really need to focus in on what our hips are doing, right? You had mentioned that you had a little bit of hip tightness, a little like potential instability thing, almost like a pinching feeling, as well as a knee, right? Yeah. Potential knee. So what's going on with the knee?
It's just like kind of pain and tightness in the back of it.
Pain and tightness all the time, or is that just something that sometimes?
Yeah, I like every now and then.
And with the hip, same idea, kind of sometimes? All right. You have an ankle?
Yeah, it's just sprained. I mean, it's just a little purple.
Okay, a little purple ankle,
and swollen.
But no knees, no hips, no everything else is pretty good. Okay, so that's good. Nobody is potentially like really super jacked up.
Nope.
Awesome. Plus you signed waivers, this is great.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so what we're gonna do first, walking lunge. And we're gonna do this very specifically. What I want you to do, we're gonna start in that sprinter's pose. We're gonna be focusing in on really squeezing that glute, feeling that hip, and we're gonna be coming forward, allowing your upper half to kind of rotate over that front leg. What we're trying to see is your hip's ability to internally and externally rotate. So when we're squatting, we need to make sure that we can move into those ranges, specifically to make sure that we can, squat effectively and not get hurt, and potentially not have knee or hip tweaks, okay? So what we'll do is we can go one at a time, and we'll do our lunges down, and then you're gonna come back up to the other side. Again, really focusing on that glute, right? So I'm not gonna allow you guys to move until you feel that glute squeeze, get that contraction, and then go into the next step. These are called hip airplanes. You ever done these? No? Okay. So whenever we're trying to warm up the hips, we wanna think, so the hips are a ball and socket joint, right? So you have the socket, you got the bone, right, the femur, and it sits in that socket. And the idea is when we're warming up, we want to make sure that we're hitting all parts of that joint, right? Imagine you have a little dollop of paint on your femur and you're trying to paint the entire inside of your joint. So we were working back and forth, right? We were trying to work on that hip extension and flexion. So now we're going to work a little bit on that side to side. And this is where a lot of people struggle, because this is a position they never find themselves in, or this is a range of motion that they don't really put themselves in. So you're going to hold on. For most people, holding on is the best place to start, because this is a little tough. You're going to keep your core nice and tight, push that hip back, get into this flat back position, and you're going to open the hip. Imagine pressing your big toe flat into the ground. You're going to feel a stretch on your adductor, you're going to feel a stretch in your hip, and then I want you to try to close, rotate on top of that femur, and you're going to start to feel a little bit of pull on that top of your glute med, right? You feel a little you see how that knee's coming in?
Yeah.
Try to focus in, keeping that knee. Yeah. See how you had to activate the foot?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. And then,
yep. Now you close the hip. Think about, yep. Right? Where are you feeling that the most?
Probably back here.
Yep. Good. And now you can just keep going back and forth. I want to see between like 5 to 8 on each leg. Okay. So we'll come on over here.
Your toe? My toe turn out?
So we want to try to keep that toe. Yeah, no, your toe.
So it turns out.
Yeah.
So it's like that?
So even to start, what I want you to do, I'm going to have you rotate in to start. Right here, keeping that. Yep, perfect. And now press that foot in. Good. Okay. Awesome. Yep. And now close it all the way. So you want to go even more.
Okay.
You feel that right on top of that glute. And we'll go about 5 or 8 on each side. So this is really good for a squat warm-up, because it kind of helps start opening up those hips, right? Opens up the hips, gets that internal, external rotation that we start kind of needing as we get lower and lower in a squat. And as you can see, we have a balance and stability issue. which again can be from a lack of practice, but it can also be from an actual imbalance in that hip that we're trying to work on. So now what we're going to do, we're going to kind of cycle back through the lunges again. What you'll notice is that the stability is going to be a little bit better. The overall execution of the move is going to be better, and they're just going to be more ready to work. A lot of the times, stability, how do I say this? Stability is like electricity, right? It always travels the path of least resistance in the body. If you have not hit certain ranges or are used to utilizing certain musculature when you're trying to stabilize, your body's not going to go to that activation of that muscle first, right? So what we're seeing is that their stability was a little funky, but now that we're starting to kind of utilize the glutes more, get that glute med activated and firing, getting that lateral stability, they're able to see that they have the capacity to stabilize in better and better positions. And if you can't balance on one leg, you really shouldn't be squatting on two. Bilateral movements have a tendency of hiding imbalances, and this is a great way to see and kind of cross off, check off these certain things on a list to see if you are ready to squat heavy for the day or if you have to adjust your workout. So what we're going to do, we're going to work up to a heavy set of 5 on a low box deadlift stance box squat. For those who have been commenting on how to increase your deadlift, on how to increase your strength off the floor, this is a fantastic accessory to a deadlift program or a powerlifting program to help you build that strength off the floor, as well as a strongman who is looking to build upper back strength and get better at strongman specific events. So how we're going to do this, low box, you're going to be squatting in your deadlift stance, and if you have access to an Elite FTS safety squat bar, is the best bar of choice for this particular exercise, but you can use a straight bar, you can use whatever you have. So let's get into it. First and foremost, if you are using a monolift, make sure you get the right height. So many times I see people squatting in a monolift and are not using the right height. There you go. Good. What you're going to want to focus in on is when you're on that box, you have to maintain that stiffness in that core, right? The first thing we're going to want to do is when we're on that box is to totally relax everything. And then as soon as everything goes forward, you're fucked. Super fucked. So staying nice and tight, you want to just think about resting on the box with the hips, unloading a little bit, and then pressing those feet through the floor, driving straight through. Let's adjust, right? So one of the biggest things about coaching is adjusting on the fly. And today we are adjusting on the fly. Let's keep this the same. I want to see same good positioning. Now, Dave just mentioned something about your upper back. Let's incorporate that on here again, and we'll go. Let's go. Nice and tight here. Good. Stay tight. Be aggressive. Up. Come on. Fuck. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Ready?
Okay.
Do you have a favorite song?
Favorite song?
Do you listen to music in the train?
Yeah.
Do you have like a fucking pump up song?
Yeah.
What is it?
Breathless, Asking Alexandria.
Okay. So, Bulgarian split squats. Like I just said, you've done them before? Right? You've done them before? Have you ever done front foot elevated split squats?
Elevated how?
Just on a box or something?
A couple months ago, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. So, have you ever done reverse lunges? Lots. Oh, that was like a confident, like, yeah, I fucking own those.
Yeah.
Same thing? Okay.
Not
So we're
lots,
gonna, all right. So what we're gonna do, I'll get a box here. We smoked our safety squats for everybody, right? So now we're going to work on the same sort of idea. So now we're going to work down. So we're going to be working on a front rack position with a kettlebell and a reverse lunge, front foot elevated, all right? So I will, no, keep your shoes off. Shoes off for these, all right? Because you really want to feel that foot, same idea. So let's grab a kettlebell over here. So you're going to be front rack. Opposite arm, that's the leg you're working. All right, this is kind of helping with that stability in the core, right? You're going to keep that rib cage stacked down over that pelvis. You're going to reach that leg back, lean over that front leg. You want that knee to come over that toe, right? The reason is, in this position, you're getting that fully stretched glute, and who doesn't want booty gains, right? Yeah. So then you're going to drive up, back here. These are sneaky, right? These are not particularly easy. You guys are going to love them. Keeping that, yep. Jeez, you are bendy. So I want you to keep that chest over that leg. Almost like you're mimicking the bottom of that squat. Good. You don't have to do it on that front. Right there. Good. And what I want you to do is that left leg is going to be kept on here the whole time. You're going to be reaching back with that right. Okay. All right? Most of that weight should be on the front leg. Yep, don't let that knee touch the ground.
Okay.
Good. Get a little bit more of a forward lean with your upper body, like lean over that front leg. There you go. Good. All right, guys, so we did our safety squats. We did some single leg work. Now we're going to be jumping into our belt squats, really putting the gas pedal down, starting to kind of push these athletes a little bit more aggressively. Let's jump right into it. Here we go.
Can I go lower?
Yeah, I'm going to do this. Good. Good. Minimize the hands. Minimize.
No?
You can put them on. Just
okay.
don't pull. Not yet. You don't need it. Good. Good. 5 more. Good. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Good. Here we go.
What stance do you want me in?
That one's perfect.
That's fine. Okay.
Good. Don't pull with the arms yet. You can leave them on there. Just don't start yanking with the hands. Good. Good. Breathe. Hold your breath. Good. Breathe. 3 more.
Not.
Remember, keep breathing like it's hard before it gets hard. All right? Oxygen debt usually is the reason people start crapping out on these. Good. Come on. Good. Good. 3 more. 1 more. Stay right there. Yep, keep going. Oh, you hit that pad all the way. Let's go. There you go. Great. Let's go. Same thing. Still working. Chest up, chest up, chest up. There you go. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Good. Two. One. So right there. Take a couple breaths. Breathe. Deep breath. 20.
Coming.
Going. 19. 18. Totally mental. 17. Good. 16. Good. 15. 14. Let's go. 13. Good. Pump them out. 12. 11. 10. Breathe. 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 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Back in.
Me too.
That's why you pick a machine like this, where you're externally stabilized and supported. So technique is a non-issue. You can really put that gas pedal down towards fatigue and really bring your shit. So awesome. Breathe the whole time. Good. That's it. Keep going. Good. Keep breathing. Good. Start to use the hands. Use the hands if you have to. Good. Come on. Good. Give me 4. Good. Rest for a second.
Things sticking in my back a little bit.
That's it. Got it. Wait. That's it. Keep going. There you go. Pump them out. 2. 3. 4. Come on. 5. 6. 7. 3. 2. Last one. Don't move. Rest right there. Come on.
God.
You got it.
How many? We're just going.
Just keep going. 1. 2. 3. Keep breathing. Breathe. Breathe. Good. Keep going. Good. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. Come on. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Back. Nice.
Oh shit.
Yep. All right, guys, there you have it. Very quick and dirty lower body training session focusing on strength and a little bit of hypertrophy. Only 3 moves, right? You see that intensity that we brought with that last exercise. And the important thing is you bring that sort of intensity into your training as well. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.